Bass Guy Show is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Montreal, Canada. Just visit bassguyshow.com. Hello everybody, I'm so not ready. So let's just go for it and see what happens. Welcome Sloppy Unfocused. Welcome, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, for the birthday present. Very, very much. We have a super, super busy show. Frankie McDonald has his laptop. There's strikes going on in Barcelona. We're about to go in live with Greta Thunberg in Edmonton. We're going to have the weather live with Frankie McDonald. We'll be doing show and tell and much more. So please stick around. Bass Guy loves you. No fear. We're streaming live from Montreal. So the video is all choppy. It's probably the video that I'm playing. So I'm going to slow it down. I've got too much stuff loaded here. I got way too much stuff. Let me know how the feed is now.
Hey Bass Guy, hey Sloppy Focus and Vanguard, guess what I got? The MSI Titan GT76 laptop, just now, today. And I will thank Bass Guy, Sloppy Focus, and all the other people, Vanguard, and people that raised money on GoFundMe for Get Frankie Down very powerful laptop. And I will thank Sloppy Focus. I will thank all the people that donated money on GoFundMe and things like that. I'm Frankie McDonald.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We put on a GoFundMe for Frankie McDonald a couple of months ago, actually, when I was out camping. Sloppy and Van and myself put together a GoFundMe, and we got his fans to raise him money. The first thing that happened was we got haters and trolls saying that we couldn't do it, and they said it wouldn't be possible. So look at this is for you, trolls and haters.
Hey everybody, and Bass Guy, Kajen, and Sloppy on Focus and Fango. I will thank you, all the people, to donate money to go for GoFundMe for that. This laptop is now in my hands. This is a great PC at all times. And I will thank Bass Guy, and Kajen, Sloppy on Focus, and Fango. This is a really nice computer. To all the people that donated money on GoFundMe for a powerful laptop for Frankie McDonald. Thank you, everybody of the Bass Guy Show and GoFundMe about that. I'm Frankie McDonald.
So what I think it is that's slowing down the show is actually those videos. So I'm going to remove them because that's a 4K video. And when I put 4K into our live stream, So there you go. There's the Frankie McDonald laptop. We have Ultimate Ultra Success. I have on the line Billy D from Connecticut. How you doing, Billy?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Very good, very good. I was just getting into some music there. It's really good to see you, Billy. You took the day off today.
Yeah, hey, I haven't called in like a month. I felt bad, but I figured it was a great time to call and wish one of my best buddies a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Billy. I really appreciate that. You've been watching the show for like 5 years now. I totally appreciate your love. You watch like every show.
I haven't stopped watching for 5 years straight. I just keep playing it over and over and over again.
It's on a constant loop, like you have those Google goggles, and
Exactly.
while you're at work, you're just watching repeats of the Bass Guy show.
Exactly. Sitting with my my buddy.
Oh,
Bryce.
hello, Poochie. How you doing, Bryce?
That's the blind diabetic dog. Just hanging
Well,
out.
we love you, Bryce, and I'm sending you a special shaka.
He has no clue what's going on. Hey, I don't want to keep you for too long, man, but man, you just got a lot going on, and take some time for yourself though today.
What's
tomorrow.
going on is what we just had.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
we
It
have a
was pretty cool that Satan Loves called in all of a sudden.
Yeah, he has no idea what's going on. He's just bouncing off the walls, basically.
He doesn't even know what day it is, I think. So
We have an important question here on the wall. Someone's asking, does the carpet match the drapes or something?
nah. The carpet's tan, so no, not really. Not
So
really.
Billy, you work hard, you work a lot, and I guess it's been like meltdown. When you work too much, you gotta stop or you'll just break.
Yesterday was just horrible. We had a big corporate meeting yesterday, and it ended up being like a 14-and-a-half-hour day before I actually got home. So,
And I heard some of the bosses or managers were off, so you had to cover for them and do like 48-hour shifts a day.
well, my district manager, who runs 12 stores, is out on a medical leave probably for another month. So I've been nominated as, I like to refer it to as the district scribe, but unfortunately it's a lot more involved than that. So it probably adds about another 2 hours onto every single day of my life. So
Here's some nice advice. Sandy says, did you tell your boss to suck it?
you know what? I never thought of that. That's a good idea. I might try that, Sandy. Okay.
That's like that
That's a good
YouTube
idea.
video, try not giving an F. That's the cure
Yeah.
to everything.
Hey, so what do you got planned for your birthday, for the big extravaganza? I can't
Nothing.
talk.
Nothing. I think I'm going to go for a walk with BB, and that's about it. I'm just going to go for a walk in the forest somewhere.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It's nice to be in nature with the squirrels and shit, the chipmunks and everything. It's fun. It's good for you. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to the Bass Guy show and stuff. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Billy.
I mean, if they haven't already, I don't know what's wrong with them. I really don't. So
If you're watching live, you can give a thumbs up, or even if you're watching on the replay, you can subscribe to the Bass Guy show and leave a comment under the video, even if it's something negative. That's okay too. There's a place for everything in the world, unfortunately.
absolutely. And if you don't really know about Bass Guy, you can always visit bassguyshow.com, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. And there's a secret room.
Actually, the bad corner is gone right now. I've been announcing a new website for a couple months now, and right now where it's like Weebly or something. But the bad corner might come back. We don't know yet.
Well, that's why it's a secret, because it's not there. So
BassGuyShow.com is not doing so well. We used to get 800 visitors a week. Now we're down to 55 visitors a week. So I'm doing great so far, Billy.
you're doing great all the time, my friend. You are.
Isn't it amazing that Frankie McDonald got the laptop?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's
That's
amazing.
okay, Sloppy. It's all
It's
my
the,
fault anyways. I got rid of our fancy website because I was paying like $18 a month for... That's more than Netflix just for a silly website. It's too much, you know?
Wow. Yeah, I hear
Sorry,
you, man.
you were saying, Billy, about the laptop.
I think it's amazing. You know, just the power of people's friendship, and you know, get Frankie a laptop. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
So,
and the first thing, like I said, one of the first thing that happened was we had 4 or 5 trolls comment, because that's what the internet's for. They're saying that's not going to happen, and F you, base guy, and there's no way, that's too much money, and he has it in his hands right now. So,
absolutely,
F you, trolls.
Absolutely. Hey, before I let you go, could I just give a shout out to another good friend of mine?
No, you can't. You got to go now. So no, I'm just joking. Of course you can.
It's a good friend of mine. His name is Van Gogh. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, I think I saw him once at the bird feeder.
It was amazing. He was walking on top of the water of a swimming pool this morning in a scope.
Wow.
I don't know how he did it.
He can walk on water.
He's tops, man. I'm telling you. A+.
Well, that's nice that we have Scarlett's at the window, Billy's on the phone, we had Satan Loves call in, Frankie called in.
Guys, show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, do you want to...
all your streams come true.
Thank you, Billy. Do you want to introduce Show and Tell? Today we're going to take a look at Dr. Nair Mumstead's 50th birthday party.
Hey, coming up next, we'll be looking at Dr. Nair Mumstead's 50th birthday party on Base Guys Show and Tell.
Okay, thank you, Billy. Take care.
Base Guys Show.
Shaka. Take care, Billy.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Base Guys, show and tell. Show and tell.
This is our friend Barry's 50th birthday party. It was a couple years ago. And it'll go sideways in a minute. Beautiful. Italian, yeah. Wow. So Dr. Nair Mumstead is a good friend of ours. He's the guitar player in the band Skrank. And he was here yesterday. And he's playing guitar right now, and he doesn't know that he's about to get a cake.
For the cake burns.
Turn the lights out. Okay, you wow.
Happy birthday. Someone's gotta move that chair. Zach, you move that chair to the other side of the table.
That's okay. It's okay, man. Looks yummy, Ace.
You guys want to learn how to sing happy birthday in sign language? Yeah? So, happy is like this. Here, let's put the scarf up. Yeah. This is do it all the time when I was in school. So happy. This is me. Happy birthday to you. What's your first name? Happy birthday. Spell their name, which I can't do fast enough.
Nice little heart. It's beautiful, Sakita.
You don't miss the going. Right.
I missed it. Can you do it over again?
Okay, let's light it up again.
Wow. He's very popular.
Speech.
Speech.
Okay, well, I've really been blessed with a lot of great friends that are all here tonight, and thank you all for coming. That's it, man.
You want to do the first cut, Bear?
So
Sure.
first cut is the deepest barrier.
Yeah. Okay, who wants the first piece? Michelle?
You. You get the first.
No, I can't have my cake and eat it too.
Oh, Matt, do you have any smaller plates or you only have biggies?
Maybe some small.
The cake's too small.
Like
I'll go next door to my parents. Keep your shirt on, Barry.
Yeah.
Release the top. Release the top.
Here, Barry.
Whoa.
Wow, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
Cake knife.
That's what I learned.
You have
learned in
12 inches.
Training for the apocalypse.
Okay, Barry, that's, what can I say? You can cut the cake.
I already did.
Michelle, you can use napkins with a knife.
Oh,
You don't have a
yeah.
You want me to cut it?
Same age, same time. She does karate. That's what it's
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
Okay, excellent. It's great to have family.
Hello, Jenna. That's right, Jenna. I'll tell him Jenna for you.
We're cannibalizing.
Yes,
Closer to like 24.
24, so that's...
maybe in one day everyone will be 20.
I got a birthday present for you. Lunch for two whenever you want at the co-op.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you do come on a Sunday.
Okay.
It's a good day.
Just do it, just do it, just do it.
Okay. I come with Michelle at the church.
Yeah. Say thanks. No problem. What kind of cake you got there, Barry?
We're like
Did you ask for a particular kind of cake? No.
Kim, we need you. Big page.
How you feeling, Barry?
Good.
It's a shock of miracle.
It's a miracle blessing.
Show and tell, it's what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass guys, show and tell. Show and tell.
So there you go. We're making our way through the show right now, and everything is a little bit loud here today. We have Scarlett sleeping on the speaker. Scarlett and I are having fights all the time now because he keeps taking my spot on the couch, and every time I move him, he started to bite me and get mad at me and everything. So he's in a huff right now on the couch there. I'll just put it so you can see him. You're watching the Bass Guy show. That was Dr. Nara Mumstead, our good friend Barry. We just did a gig at the market, and we're going to be doing a gig at the Solstice. It's a food bank fundraiser that's done every year in our town. And talking about our town of St. Anne's in the West Island of Montreal, with the help of our friend Ryan and our Mayor Paola, and even our Mayor of Montreal, Valerie Plante, who was at the United Nations. That's how I found out about Greta. I was actually turning on the UN thing that happened a few weeks ago to see our Mayor of Montreal, Valerie Plante, talk about the city, and she was saying that she's going to be stopping developers developing on our green spaces here in the West Island of Montreal. So Ryan and all his friends and people who work around here for the community, they've actually been protecting the land for years, and there's 3 developers who own the land, and they took Montreal to court, and Montreal just said, right, we're going to buy it off you, and they just bought it off them for $5 million. And right here where Bass Guy lives, over the next couple of years, they're going to be building pathways and putting up signs. And we're going to have the largest urban park in all of Canada. The largest urban park in all of Canada. So I can go there and film and shit with my fancy $3,000 million phone that I have to pay off for the next 25,000 years. We have Scrimmy Bingus here, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? Started streaming 69 minutes ago. Yeah, baby. Sloppy, say hello to Scrimmy Bingus is here. Amazing. Scrimmy Bingus is actually a high school student, and they've been watching the show on and off from high school for many years, which is pretty cool. And they made an advert for us, and we're going to listen to that right now.
Spaghetti.
Are you tired of Sesame?
Hi, I'm Mansterago, and I'm here to introduce to you Egg.com, your one-stop shop for egg, smeg, beg, doors. We even have goulashes.
Hi, I'm Schmegel Kegel, and I can vouch for Egg.com because I've bought over $7,000 worth of egg, beg, leg, schmeg, and gulag.
Our eggs have the highest rating on the Elementrio scale, and we have the highest content of shoelaces on the market. Our ratio of movie popcorn bags to battery acid is out of this world. These are the best eggs you'll ever see in your life.
But I only have $3.
Not a problem. You know what $3 gets you on egg.com? That's with 40 egg. How much? What's the value of 40 egg? It's 40 egg we're selling at cost.
So there you go. There's a commercial by Scrimmy Bingus and his friends about buying egg. And I can't believe we have more calls coming in. This is the busiest the show's been in a couple of years. So, hello, welcome to the Bass Guy Show. Holy shit, is that you, Sandy? Sorry, I swore.
Happy birthday, Bass Guy!
Thank you so much, Sandy. It's always a privilege and a pleasure to talk to you.
I could not let your birthday pass without saying happy birthday. So
Awesome.
Yeah, I snuck out to my car to say happy birthday.
And to hotbox the car, of course, right?
Well, I mean, that kind of goes without saying.
So Sandy's saying, Sloppy's saying, hello, Sandy. We have Scrimmy Bingus here. The whole show is going crazy today, Sandy.
I don't think I've called the show in a very, 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 very long time. So.
Oh, I'm holding something very heavy here. Yeah, baby. It's the Shaka-Block. Can you tell us about the Shaka-Block?
The Shaka-Block was made with love. I just was inspired to make it a while back for the show. I just thought it would be a really neat thing to send in for the show. And I had a lot of fun making it. And then I mailed it off in a really pretty box and everything. And I sent it, and I forgot to put apartment number whatever. And there's only a few apartments in the whole building. So, and I'm sure that Jack Casey gets mail quite regularly, but whatever. I guess this postman didn't like mail from America. So they sent it right back from Canada back down to Florida.
There's nothing like a good mail from America, eh?
That's so true. And I was so mad when that box came back. I was like, what the fuck is this box? Oh, wait, sorry.
That's okay. It's Friday. We're all in the bad corner.
Is this box doing here? I was so upset, and then the show had to have it. I needed to send it to Jack because I made it with so much love and intention for the show that it didn't matter if the mail was going to send it back to me. Fuck them. I'm sending it back. And so I added the apartment number and mailed it back to Jack, and now it is there and hopefully helping to maintain a good balance of Shaka Shundai in the world.
Are you okay, Pumpkin?
Am I okay?
No, sorry. I was talking to my pumpkin here.
Oh.
It's a professional comedy joke. I wasn't being derogatory. No, thank you so much, Sandy, for sending it twice. That's incredible. I'm really sorry for that. It must have been the mailman woman or something. I don't know what happened. They sent it back. So
for it makes for a great story.
And I appreciate it.
The Shaka-Block has got to see while it was traveling the world so many times.
Are you okay, my little egg? Oh, sorry. I was just talking to my egg here. This is like an Austin Powers really bad joke. I'm sorry, Sandy. I'm trying to add comedic value to this content here.
I gotcha. I'm sorry I'm not funny enough on my own.
Sandy, you're looking amazing. It's so good to see you. It has been a while, but we're still here. We're still doing it.
I'm never. I will forever be here. So there's that.
So much going on today, but I totally appreciate you calling in, Sandy. It's amazing. I'm sending you Shaka blessings.
Thank you. I feel them. I feel them in my glands.
Yeah, baby. So I'll see you in the bad corner after the show. We're all going off to Hawaii tonight.
Yeah! Woo!
It's gonna be fun. We're all going. What's his name? Satan Loves is going to get the jet, and we're going to fly off to some country, some Hawaii or some shit like that. So
that Larry was gassing up the jet before, so just be careful because you never know if he does that with fuel or farts. You just don't know.
Yeah, he's always giving off gas. Larry, the producer. I mean, he tries his best, but you know, the kids, they just don't like him. I don't know.
Great, Jack. Well, happy birthday, and I love you, and Shaka, and bye.
Okay, thank you very much. Love you, Sandy. Take care. You are watching the Bass Guy Show. This is episode 1,003,047. The planet's spinning, force of love beginning. 'Cause we've come too far to forget who we are. So let's raise the bar. Thanks for the call, Sandy. And our Couche-Tard coffee cups to the stars. All night to the sun, all night for good fun, all night to get some, all night to get lucky, all night to the sun, all night for good fun, all night to get some, all night to get lucky, all night to get lucky, all night to get lucky, all night to get lucky. The present has no ribbon. Your gift that keeps on giving. What is this that I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. 'Cause we're too far to forget who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. All night to the sun, You're watching the Bass Guy Show live from Montreal, Canada, and that's a live blue jay that just flew off of our bird feeder. We got some tips last month, and we invested in some fancy bird seed. Hello to Gajen. Thank you for watching. Hello to Dot and Mo. Dot and Mo, there's a bird at the window, don't you know? I'd like to read a poem for you. Late at night, when the world sleeps, and I am here alone. And here I come some nights to confront my fears. They're here, my fears. They're always with me, lurking, scurrying, hiding and waiting. They come and they go. Though they are gone and never far, and here alone at night, I confront them. There they are, confronted fears. Fears of hunger, fears of pain, fears of missing the very last train. Fears of dentists always drilling, and fears that no one will be willing to see me as they know me, as I really am. Once they are counted and compelled, they can quickly be dispelled like figments of my own imagination. But always there are other fears, fears of snakes, fears of cats, fears of maitre d's, and fears of rats, an irrational black terror that someday I may get fat. Fear of elevators falling, and the tax day, and the tax man someday calling, and the accidental walling of myself up inside a clammy, dank, old dingy cellar where the spiders weave around my tummy, and the worms and the bugs and the crawly things squirm and squiggle at my person. Oh, how I love it. Once they are counted and compelled, they can quickly be dispelled. But there are other fears. Fears of bullets, there's a dread. Fears of baldness on the head. Fear of waking up one morning to discover that you're dead. Once they are counted and compelled, they can quickly be dispelled like figments of my own imagination. Then there's the last fear, just about the time I'm past fear. The one that is really final. It will come, yours and mine'll. In the darkness of the night, it will come without a fight. It will count me and compel me. It will casually dispel me, for I am just a figment of my own imagination. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're well wherever you are. I'm scared, hold me, so we're all going to meet in the bad corner. Today's show's a little bit long because there's a lot going on. It's hard to keep up with everything, but I should be getting on with my day soon because I have one student a week. I only have one student, and she's been coming for about a year. A 9-year-old girl who comes with her parents, her mom and dad, and I'm teaching her drums, and it's really fun to do, and she's really getting good, so I feel so responsible for, teaching her properly and make sure she gets good, and I'm really quite proud of that. Actually, it's one of the few things in my life I am proud of. I taught her how to play drums. Well, she did it herself. And I told her the other day, I said, "You're doing really well, by the way," and I said, "You're doing it, all that work, you did it on your own. You achieved this all by yourself, so you should be proud of yourself for learning how to play an instrument." So I have to get that ready. But we have one more segment to do, and that is not show and tell, Song of the Day. I feature one of my songs. Today's song is just like we showed It's my birthday, but just like we showed Dr. Nair Mumstead's 50th cake birthday video, for the song of the day, this is a song I made for one of my best friends in Scotland. His name was Seamus. It is Seamus. And I was in between countries. I was always like between South Africa and Scotland and stuff. And I was in a place or whatever, and in a funk. And I made this song for Seamus. Seamus played the guitar. He actually played the 2 chords, and then I built a song around it. And this is a song I made called Happy Birthday, Seamus. And I made it in Scotland about 12 years ago, and I'm going to put it on the board for you to enjoy for free. So happy birthday to everybody.
This is a song. My best friend.
Get the fuck, Jack.
Seamus Brown.
You're such a twat, Jack. Shut up.
I just found out about 10 minutes ago that my brother Jack's getting saw another baby.
So happy birthday to Thomas's baby and to Seamus Brown on his birthday.
Shut up, Jack. Happy birthday, Seamus. Dicky Doinks. This one's for you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Seamus. Happy birthday, Brown. 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 Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Seamus.
Happy birthday, Seamus. Birthday! Stinky Sally Pies.
Shut up. Versus all these guys flipping burns up with Santa fingers flipping all around upside down. You act clown, but you did it real. And you had a red nose and fat hair. I know you can still stand over there and freestyle. Happy birthday, Seamus. A birthday wish. Shut a dish. Happy birthday. Balloons, balloons. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Balloons, balloons, balloons. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Balloons, balloons. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Balloons, balloons.
Seamus. Happy birthday, Brown. Happy birthday, 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 Seamus. Happy birthday, Brown. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
This harmony part happened by an accident. That's my brother Mike rapping. May he rest in peace. Love you, Mike. Miss you, Seamus. Love you, everybody. You're all fucking amazing. So that is available for free on jackcasey.bandcamp.com. I put the link on the wall, and you can have that song for free. It's a very emotional song that I recorded just for fun, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy watching the Bass Guy show. We are now going to tune in live to Edmonton, Alberta, to see the beginning of the procession for the Climate Strike Fridays for Future, the youth movement of the world and older people, everybody trying to get together to say that scientists are trying to show us over the last couple of decades that we've gone way too far with our pollution, and things are melting, places are flooding, fires have started. Just do a little bit of research, you'll find out it's real. This is not left or right or politics or anything like that. This is actual, shit happening. And let's tune in live now to Calgary. Keep saying Calgary. Larry, to Alberta. Alberta. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. So everywhere that Greta goes, she and the protesters invite the First Nations to open up the speeches before they go out to strike for climate change.
I teach a whole bunch of my grandkids, my kids, because they're our future. I teach them how to sing. I may be a woman, but I was grown up by a bunch of grandfathers, grandmothers. I think women and men should be equal in every division. We should never discriminate a woman because I think women are priceless. And so you are doing a good thing today because Mother Earth needs it. She needs the help of her people. And we can't do it alone. And our kids have taught us that lesson because they are our future. They're the ones that are going to live here in the future. So, us ladies are going to do a strong woman song. It's going to be led by Nadia.
Carol, one start.
One start.
One start.
One start.
Oh.
There we go again.
There goes the mic.
I killed the mic.
Right there.
Thank you, Chubby Cree. Thank you, Chubby Cree. There has been a lot of work done in Indigenous. There has been a lots of work done in Indigenous communities over the years, and we believe it's important that we use this as an opportunity to propel Indigenous voices and issues to the front of public narratives. Throughout our rally, we would like to highlight just a few of the incredible projects that our people have led. A project in green energy we would like to make people aware of is Sacred Earth Solar. Built in the heart of Alberta's Peace River oil sands in 2015, Sacred Earth Solar launched the Pitapan Solar Project, a 20.8 kilowatt renewable energy installation in Little Buffalo that powers the Community Health Center. The 80-panel solar project has created more green jobs and reduced the community's resilience on fossil fuels. Check out their website at sacredearth.solar. Next, we would like to invite Luke Nelson from Edmonton Youth for Climate up to do a land acknowledgement.
Hello everyone, and welcome. My name, as you just heard, is Luke Nelson, and I am a climate organizer with Edmonton Youth for Climate. And I am also a settler. As a settler that has lived in Edmonton my entire life, it can be hard to fully understand that I'm currently living, working, and going to school on stolen land. Grasping the realities of colonialism and the lasting impact that it has on all of Canada is a difficult and often uncomfortable process to undertake, but it is also crucial. I have been involved in organizing the strikes in Edmonton since the first one in March. When I first started to participate, When I first started to participate in climate organizing, I had an abstract understanding of colonialism, one that could be gained from books. But I hadn't begun to start questioning how my privilege affected me and those around me. As a white, cisgender, heterosexual male, I have a lot of privilege in our society. And maybe many people living within the borders of Canada don't have the same experience as I do when living in our society. Accepting the realities and underlying systematic racism in Canada is not a simple process, and I am certainly not finished understanding it. But as someone who has directly benefited from colonial violence, I now know that it is important to start questioning why Canadian society is the way that it is. And thus, before we begin the rest of today's proceedings, it is vital to give a land acknowledgement. This type of acknowledgement is certainly not in any way an ultimate solution to the problems created by colonialism, but it is also an important step to help grasp that as a settler, I am living on land that has never rightfully been mine. We acknowledge that the land we are standing on is Treaty 6 territory. Treaty 6 is the traditional home of the Cree, Saulteaux, Dene, Blackfoot, Métis, and Nakota Sioux. In particular, the area now known as Edmonton is in the ancestral home of the Papas Chase Cree. Some people may be surprised to hear what a strong emphasis we give to Indigenous rights at a climate protest. However, colonialism is fundamentally connected to the climate crisis. It is vital that the Indigenous peoples who have protected their land for centuries have their voices heard. The genocide of Indigenous peoples in Canada may seem like ancient history, but the continued oppression and their struggle against oppression are very much ongoing. When we strive for a solution to the climate crisis in Canada, we must also simultaneously address the need for decolonization and repatriation. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Before I say anything, I wanted to start off by sharing a quote from a fellow Indigenous and defender from Coast Salish territory, Takaya Blaney. Quote, Montreal climate strike was one of the most racist protests I've ever been in. Was intentionally pushed, received non-stop racial remarks like it's not just your land, and had to fight for space the entire time. This is what happens when you whitewash climate change, unquote. Indigenous peoples are always overlooked in this movement. We want to thank Greta for standing with us in solidarity and lifting up Indigenous voices in this territory. This is our land. For those who believe it's not just Indigenous people's land, I'd like for you guys to keep in mind that Indigenous peoples have been here on Turtle Island for time immemorial, and our knowledge has come from teachings that my elders have passed down. So I ask you to please respect and honor that. We share this land, but that's because Indigenous peoples were kind enough to let Europeans settle here. Our ancestors didn't make agreements so that we would be pushed to the side or have to fight for a chance to speak. I want to remind people that Indigenous peoples don't set out to be activists. Many of us are standing up to protect the lives of our family and loved ones. My sister and I come from a family of very powerful women, land and water defenders. Our Neh fought hard for our community, bringing power and running water to our reservation. My family experienced the effects of climate change firsthand. I actually started speaking out about it from a young age. Growing up in my community, my elders talked about water that flowed clear, water that we could drink without having to boil it. I also grew up eating wild meat. My grandparents talked about the population of the bison, which is one of the most threatened animals in Canada, and the woodland caribou that is on the course of extinction. Now our grandparents warn us to always check our meat before you eat it because some animals have diseases, such as chronic wasting disease. It surprised me when I first heard that indigenous peoples went from drinking clean water from streams and hunting healthy animals for food to having to boil water to drink and discard animals because it's a risk to our health. Whenever I traveled home, I loved looking outside, or I love looking outside because of how amazing the scenery is. Even when the sun sets, I can't help but stop and look to the sky. The world has so much more to offer than resources, and it's beautiful. I just don't understand how people can take it for granted. When I travel, I notice the beauty Mother Earth holds, and I try to imagine how much more beautiful this earth used to be before the settlers came. How rich the forests would be before there were any towns or cities. Summer 2018, I traveled up north and stopped to see the Alexandra Falls in the Northwest Territories. Woo! You could walk right out to where the water was flowing because of how low it was. My Annette told me the water used to rise in the summer when the snow melted, and how the water was clear and you could see the freshwater fish. It's saddening to me that I could only imagine what my elders got to see and experience. Our communities are at the forefront of the climate justice movement here on Turtle Island. Our homes are constantly being deforested, exploited, and extracted for money. The Canadian state says we have the most ethical oil, but Indigenous peoples would disagree because we're the ones that use the land and see industry spilling into our backyards. Most Canadians don't see it like this, but the government knows that the violence against the land is violence against our people, our water, our sustainable and our way of life. Not only do Indigenous communities feel the worst impacts of climate change and the waste left over by industry, but we have also led the resistance. There have been lots of work done in Indigenous communities over the years, and throughout this program, we would like to highlight this work. Hi ish nish masicho.
I did not come here to play, nor is this for show. Seeing the negative impacts industries have made on my community was a big motivator for me to speak out about the constant issues that Indigenous people face. Indigenous communities in Alberta are constantly fighting for these things that are human rights. It's a human right to be able to drink water without worrying if anyone will get sick. We are very dependent on wild meat. These industries around our homes are forcing us to rely less on those food sources. Our sacred medicines that we once were able to pick for our ceremony and prayer are now slowly disappearing. I was reading an article where it said that Inuit have been bringing warnings about global warming to the international community as far back as the first Earth Summit in 1992. That proves that Indigenous people have been talking about this issue, but we are continuously ignored. As Indigenous people, we know firsthand that our people have been impacted for many years by climate change. Indigenous people need to be more a part of these things that are said about climate change. We need to be able to sit at the table and help our world leaders to be better as they need us. The forests, lives, rights, and territories of Indigenous people are under attack. And it's not an exaggeration to say that there is a genocide being committed on Indigenous peoples right now. Our culture is being ripped away from us due to this issue. We are unable to do the things we once did, and elders are unable to pass down the traditional teachings. This is more than just an issue, it is a crisis. I refuse to give up what I've been taught. I will continue to fight with the strength and push from everyone I know. My voice and other Indigenous people's voices can and will be heard. Indigenous peoples are the keepers of the land. We fight for our Mother Earth because the fight for Mother Earth is the mother of all fights. We are fighting for your lives, our lives, and our sacred territory, but we are being detained, threatened, murdered, only for protecting our own territories. We cannot accept one more drop of Indigenous blood spilled. Many people say Indigenous people are greedy, but how is that true when we think of more than just ourselves? We are fighting for this cause. It's not only for our benefit, but for the benefit of every single one of you here. We fight for our ancestors, land, and everything that is living on it. We see things differently and choose to act differently. In Indigenous tribes, the chief or leader was the backbone of the whole tribe. He or she was a strong person, strong, wise person. Their job was to simply lead and direct the people. They were not chosen because of their wealth. They were not chosen because of their popularity. They were chosen because they had good leadership skills. They work with the people rather than commanding them. These leaders that we choose to represent need to have good leadership skills. They need to think about our future. Us as youth need to be more vocal because this is an important cause. Our protesting needs to be strong because this issue affects us collectively. This is a time when we need to start coming together because strength is in numbers, and numbers come with change. Hi for listening to us. Now we would like to introduce Batul Ghulam Hussain. She is an Indigenous settler of color living in Miskwitchi. Oh. She's not Indigenous. She's a settler of color. She is an organizer with Climate Justice Edmonton and fundamentally believes that climate justice must prioritize BIPOC, disabled, and frontline communities.
Just want to make it extra clear I'm not Indigenous. So, a couple of days ago, one of my best buds, Bronwyn Tucker, wrote a thread on Twitter. She talked about how excited we were that Greta was joining us here today, but how there have been so many other organizers here that have been fighting for climate justice here in Alberta and leading the way for so long. Folks like Ariel Deranger, the Executive Director of Indigenous Climate Action. Folks like Veronica Fuentes, which is a a young organizer with the Beaver Hills Warriors, and Emma Jackson, and Stephen Bueller, and Gabrielle Gelderman, and Marco Luciano, who fights for migrant justice every single day, and Crystal Laneman, who has looked industry in the eye and said no. Folks like Molly Swain and Chelsea Vowell, who are actively working to make sure that Indigenous people get their land back. Looking at this incredible list of people and looking at all of you today, I know that we can win. I know that we can win because I refuse to believe that my generation will go down in the world as it is. We know that our house is on fire. And while we have a government that continues to deny that the climate crisis is in fact a crisis, communities are already seeing the devastating impacts of rising sea levels, of a wildfire season in the west and a flood season in the east, the erosion of traditional territories, and the destruction of islands like the one that my mother grew up on. My mom grew up on an island called Pemba in Eastern Africa. As a result of rising sea levels, that island will be underwater. Generations of my family's history will be erased. I will never be able to return home to the lands that my family comes from. This is what the climate crisis is stealing from us.
How dare you!
It is robbing communities of color our ability to return to our homelands and destroying the places that we come from.
How dare you!
I grew up here at the mouth of the Alberta tar sands, being spoon-fed a myth that when there is a boom in Alberta's oil and gas industry, everyone does well and reaps the benefits. Looking back, I know that that's a lie. Because I'm not sure how it benefited people like my parents who were struggling to make ends meet, even in the biggest booms of industry, while destroying the communities that they come from.
How dare
But the industry can feel inescapable and omnipresent here in Alberta. Going to school here, we're indoctrinated with the benefits of the oil and gas industry while they continue to contaminate water and land in northern Indigenous communities. And living here can feel incredibly hostile on the best of days for climate organizers. Particularly when we have a government that is in the pocket of big oil, a government that continues to prioritize the needs of industry over the needs of workers, over the rights of Indigenous peoples. But addressing the climate crisis fundamentally means breaking down the foundations of what created it in the first place. It means that we are not accepting Band-Aid solutions to systemic problems. It means that we're going to address white supremacy and extractive capitalism in our fight to address the climate crisis. This seems like a really big job, but looking at all of you, I know that we can do this together. We can build a better world from the ashes of this one by prioritizing the communities that are on the front lines of this crisis. That is Indigenous communities, communities of color, disabled communities, because those are the people that are experiencing the devastating impacts of this crisis first. That starts by showing up when these cuts come down. When Kenny targets workers, when Kenny targets Indigenous communities, we're going to show up. We're gonna rise up and we're gonna fight back. I'm gonna end today with a call and repeat, so the answer is gonna be rise up, fight back, okay? When the communities we love are under attack, what are we gonna do? Rise up, fight back! When they say migrants are stealing our jobs, what are we gonna do? Rise up, fight back! When they trespass on Indigenous lands, what are we gonna do? Rise up, fight back! Rise up, fight back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Batul. Next, we have speakers from Edmonton Youth for Climate. Youth organizers aiming to educate, empower, and engage all people from Edmonton area to take action on climate change. Madison Prairie is an 18-year-old first-year University of Alberta student working towards her degree in education. Claire Morrison is 16 in grade 11. Both students got involved with EYFC when it started in February.
Hi, thank you everybody for coming to the strike and showing their support. March of this year we held our first climate strike and we had maybe a couple hundred people, and just last month on the 27th we had thousands, and today we have even more. So thank you so much for coming. This movement is only going to continue to grow. All of us are here proving that climate change is the defining issue of our generation. But the problem is that some people don't see it that way. Alberta is a province defined by its dependence on oil and gas, which makes all of us responsible for the warming of our planet. This also gives all of us the greater responsibility to fix this problem and push for a just transition to renewable energy.
We know that the world's future is up in the air and that it is not something that we can just sit by and idly watch. It is clear to see that there is a green wave among the youth, but we cannot fight this fight alone. The climate crisis affects us all, regardless of our age, political affiliation, race, gender, or sexual orientation. It affects workers in the oil and gas industry as well, who often feel we are trying to take away their jobs. But this is not the case. We do not hate oil workers. We understand that the oil and gas sector are a big part of people's livelihoods. But we need to start working now. But we need to start working now while we have time in order to have a just transition for all. It is crucial we work toward... It is crucial we work toward diversifying the economy, because no matter what, the carbon emissions from oil production are detrimental to our environment.
Canada is one of the worst per capita emitters of greenhouse gas in the world, and yet we claim to be a green country. As the worst per capita emitter out of the G20 countries, Canada is 3 times worse than the average emission rate, and Alberta is 8 times worse than that average. The effects of climate change, wildfires, extreme weather events, and so on are visible in Alberta even today, and they are only going to get worse. Real science tells us that the wildfires we're seeing now, such as the one that ransacked Fort Mac, are going to increase in number and severity as droughts get worse, high winds increase, and lightning strikes become more common. The climate crisis is undeniably real. The science speaks for itself, and we need to start acting on it. Youth voices are growing in Alberta, and they're only going to continue to get louder.
We are demanding a future that respects climate science, upholds Indigenous rights and sovereignty, creates millions of good new jobs through green energy, and enshrines dignity and justice for all. Indigenous peoples have been leading this movement for far longer than any of the settlers on this land. We have an opportunity to follow their example, and we should gladly take it. If we are to expect other countries to care about this crisis, people in privileged positions as us need to take drastic action now because we have the resources and ability to do so. Instead, our government is building pipelines, which only deepens our oil dependency. Our Environment Minister, Jason Nixon, said, "We have the most environmentally friendly place in the world to produce oil and gas products." This is simply untrue. Oil sans oil is not clean whatsoever. And it is not even about how clean the oil is. Narratives like this deviate from the core problem and ignore the science. The science is the unifying aspect of this movement, and we will keep striking until it is recognized.
Once again, we would like to thank everybody for their continual and ongoing support. We hope to see you at our many future events. And be sure to follow us on Instagram, student.strike.yeg, to keep up with our organizing and everything that we're going to be doing in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison and Claire. We've had governments protect industries at the expense of the rest of us. This isn't about Greta. Young people in Indigenous communities have been fighting for a way of life we all deserve. We must work towards a transition away from oil and gas that is just and fair to all impact communities. And enshrines dignity and livelihood of workers across industries and across regions. Now we would like to welcome Swedish teenage climate activist
Thank you so much, everyone who's here. I don't know how many, we haven't received any numbers yet, but it looks like thousands upon thousands, so thank you so much. It's incredible to see so many young people and Indigenous leaders gathered here today, and you are the hope, so thank you so much for that. I want to respectfully acknowledge that we are gathered today on Treaty 6 territory. A traditional gathering place for diverse Indigenous peoples, including the Cree, Blackfoot, Métis, Lakota Sioux, Iroquois, Dene, Ojibwe, Inuit, and many others whose histories, languages, and cultures and peoples continue all around us. And also, thank you for the wonderful reception I've received here in Alberta. People are so nice and I'm very proud to be with you here today in Edmonton. So, today is Friday, and as always, we are on climate strike. Young people all around the globe are today sacrificing their education to bring attention to the climate and ecological emergency. And we are not doing this because we want to. We aren't doing it because it's fun. We aren't doing it because we have a special interest in the climate or because we want to become politicians when we grow up. We are doing this because our future is at stake. We are doing this because in this crisis, we will not be bystanders. And we are doing it because we want the people in power to unite behind the science. In the IPCC SR 1.5 report that was released last year, it says that if we are to have a 67% chance of limiting the global temperature rise to below 1.5 degrees, we had, on January 1st, 2018, 420 gigatons of carbon dioxide left in our CO2 budget. And now that number is down to less than 360 gigatons, as we emit 42 gigatons of CO2 every year if you include land use. At current emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget is gone within less than 8.5 years. Again, that budget is for a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degrees of global temperature rise and avoiding the risk of setting off several irreversible chain reactions beyond human control that would lead to enormous sufferings for countless of people, especially among indigenous communities and people in the global south. 67% chance, and that is the best odds the IPCC has given us. And please note that these figures are global and do therefore not mention the aspect of equity clearly stated throughout the Paris Agreement, which is essential to make it work on a global scale. That means that richer countries such as Sweden or Canada need to get down to zero emissions much faster, so that people in poorer parts of the world can heighten their standard of living by building some of the infrastructure that we have already built, such as roads, hospitals, electricity, schools, and providing clean drinking water. These numbers also don't include tipping points, most feedback loops, nor additional warming hidden by toxic air pollution. And they also rely on our generation removing astronomical amounts of CO2, previous generations' CO2, out of the atmosphere with technologies that haven't yet been invented at scale and maybe never will. And this is what it's all about. this is what we are saying. This is not opinions or political views. This is the current best available science. And the politics that even recognize this are still nowhere in sight. Yeah. We teenagers are not scientists, nor are we politicians. But it seems many of us, apart from most others, understand the science because we have done our homework. If people really knew about these things, they wouldn't need to ask me why I'm so passionate about climate change. If people really were aware of this, they wouldn't need to ask us why we are school striking for the climate and taking it to the streets. If people really knew about the full consequences of the climate and ecological emergency, then they would join us in the streets. And moving on from words to action. To solve this, we need to start treating this crisis as a crisis, because you cannot solve an emergency without treating it as one. And without seeing the full picture. You cannot leave the responsibility to individuals, politicians, the market, or other parts of the world to take, because this has to include everything and everyone, and no one must be left behind. We cannot allow this crisis to continue to be a partisan political question. The climate and ecological crisis is far beyond party politics. And the main enemy right now should not be any political opponent, because our main enemy right now is physics. Some people say that we are fighting for our future, but that is not true. We are not fighting for our future. We are fighting for everyone's future. And if you think we should be in school instead, then we suggest you take our place in the streets. Or better yet, join us so we can speed up the process. 1 year ago, we were just a handful of school children. And today, we are over 7.5 million people across the world that make up this movement. If that is possible, then just imagine what we could do together if we really wanted to. Nothing is impossible if enough people stand united. So thank you and continue, never give up. We stand together.
I've had 2 back surgeries. I have spinal damage and I'm in a lot of pain. I live in chronic, constant pain. Everything's difficult. And but for years, for decades, I used to be in Greenpeace when I was a kid, and I was strongly against nuclear weapons and power plants and all that. And I used to do assignments and stuff on Helen Caldicott and everything. And then decades have passed, and I just was thinking the other day, what's happened? Like, where is everybody? How come no one cares about anything anymore, you know? And then this happened all of a sudden. It's a global thing. It's happening all over the world. You just heard the young woman after Greta speak. She mentioned Oka. That's where I live. I live right beside Oka, and I was there when it happened in, I think it was 1989. And they wanted to build a golf course on First Nation graveyard and land. And they stopped them, and there was a standoff, and they closed off the whole area. I think there was 1 police officer killed. There was a battle between the Canadian Army and Oka, and it was run, the First Nation Oka peoples were run by a woman, and she was going around on a quad bike, and it was on the news and everything. And there was a standoff between a First Nation warrior and a military officer from Canadian Army, and they had a complete standoff right next to each other. It made papers all around the world. Shit's been going down for ages. At the beginning of the show, we showed Barcelona. There's Hong Kong. They're fighting for their democracy. There's so much stuff going on right now. Syria, wow. And then it's basically, like I said before, like we stole people's land so that we could fight each other. I know it's complicated, but the difference between all these man-made wars and conflicts and everything is the environment includes everybody. It's a global thing, and it's going to affect everybody. My town has just been flooded twice. There's forest fires going up in northern Canada and California. It's obvious. It's not about opinion or political sides or anything like that. It's about having a conversation as a whole world, and saying we could do better shit, you know? We could eat less meat. We could use less fuel. There could be laws on industry to cap things. Reconciliation, giving land back, sharing, caring, loving each other, using music again to help us do all this and unite this. If you remember Live Aid, you know? We can do things, and things are possible. Like the bass guy show, I broke my back, I had spinal damage. I thought I'd never drive again or have a life again, and here I am. I have a nice little tiny apartment, and the bass gang got together and got me a car for my birthday 3 years ago today. Frankie McDonald just got a laptop. It's not about getting stuff, it's about helping each other, getting the tools that we need. Well, talking about car, but I didn't drive for 5 years. I don't really drive anywhere. I haven't had an air conditioner and or a humidifier or anything like that in 5 years. I live in a tiny place. I consume next to nothing. I'm trying to do what I can, and I went on the march because I thought that's something you can do too. And if you do all of these things, and if everybody joins and do a bit of homework, do a bit of reading, do a bit of research, you know. And it's not about Greta. Anyway, you get where I am. Sorry for the long show today. A quick recap. We played some music, then we had the weather with Frankie McDonald, then we had Saint Loves call in, we had Billy D call in, we had Sandy call in, and then we did some more music. We did show and tell and looked at Dr. Nair Mumstead's 50th birthday party. We did weather with Frankie, and then we tuned into the Greta thing, which we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. I went to the climate strike march in Montreal on September 27th. I'll never forget it. I've never been anywhere in years, and I decided to go, and I took the train in, and I was lost, and I sat down, I looked at my phone, and Greta and her father walked right by me on an empty street, and I got to say hi, so that just felt special. It was cool. And then I went on the march, and the feeling of 500,000 people marching together, man, it just brings tears to your eyes, because it's so many people coming together peacefully for a good cause. It shows that shit can get done. Great show. Thanks for all you do. I know the numbers dropped. People weren't watching. I know I was just stealing someone else's stream, showing Greta, but I just thought I want to put it there because I believe in it and it's important to me. And, I think we can do good. We gotta have a conversation with each other. We gotta listen to each other. Both sides, all peoples, the whole world has to get together and admit we're faulty, admit where we're weak. Do the research, do the math, and make your community better. Make your community greener. Help out, vote. The elections are here on Monday, and there's a lot of stuff going on with that too. But amongst all that, everybody needs to, and talking about reconciliation and bringing it up is one thing, but actually doing something is another. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for enjoying my little show here today, Bass Guy's birthday party. I'm 45 years old, and I thank you. I started this show when I was 40, and we are still here today. You have just watched episode 1128 of the Bass Guy Show, and I appreciate you all being here. If you like the show and you want to help us out, go to bassguyshow.com, and there's a Help Bass Guy Show button out there. Our main goal is to try and pay our internet bill. Please subscribe to the Bass Guy Show right here on YouTube and give us a thumbs up. It helps our algorithm. Share the video, and if you're watching the replay and you've made it this far, wow, I don't know how you did it, but thank you. Leave a comment. Thank you very much. My name is Bass Guy, and if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the windy. Take care. Bass Guy loves you. No fear. The Bass Guy Show is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Montreal, Canada. Just visit bassguyshow.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on youtube.com/bassguy. Every single episode of the show features Frankie McDonald calling in live from Sydney, Nova Scotia. Our social media is Twitter and Instagram @BassGuyShow. You can check out my albums on jackcasey.bandcamp.com. Thank you for your time, for supporting live music, and for being awesome. Bass Guy loves you. No fear. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you, Sandy. If you like this show and you want to see some more cool episodes, actually, if you want to see the climate strike that Bass Guy went on, click here and you can check out Bass Guy on the climate strike in Montreal, and click on my face if you want to subscribe to the Bass Guy Show. Bass Guy loves you. No fear.